Light fractures along Emsky's skin as he curls into himself on the concrete. A restless glow pulses beneath his flesh, each heartbeat a hammer striking glass. He breathes short. Jagged the air tastes, like ozone and iron. Sigils under his skin twitch like caged hands, tugging at seams. He whispers, audible, "It's pushing. I can't hold it." A hairline fissure of white light runs across his forearm with a sound like a brittle bone. Super A freezes, terror raw across his features. He reaches out and falters, torn between rage and fear. Vistral steps forward, composed, every motion clinical and urgent. "Move aside," he orders. "If he hits critical sync, he'll rupture from within." Super A slams an arm forward, blocking fury. "You're not getting near him. There's still time for reason." Fury collides with discipline. Super A's punch becomes wood against steel when Vistral catches his wrist with impossible speed. The floor cracks beneath them, dust sparks. Their faces are inches apart, grief and calculation, heat and ice. Vistral's voice is cold blade. "Your stubbornness is going to kill him." Super A answers with a shout that tastes like grief. "Using him like a lab rat won't save him." Metallic impact. Vistral twists and drives a palm into Super A's chest, sending him skidding across broken tile. He slams into a shattered wall and rises, eyes flaming. Vistral straightens, coat torn, expression stone, then stops standing in way. The room holds its breath as the conflict widens around the fragile center Emsky. A wound and a weapon. Cut to Emsky. His back arches as purple and white energy lashes from him, twisting through the air like lightning. His fingers claw the ground, blackened crescents where skin smolders. His voice breaks. "Emsky, it's breaking through, it's breaking me." A distant voice answers, warped and insistently rhythmic. "Open, open." Above him a vortex spins, raw and hungry, threads of light folding into a roaring eye. The sigils etched across his skin flare, pulsing too bright to bear. Cracks of luminous stress spider along his limbs, porcelain fracturing beneath pressure. Super A charges anew, face set like a wrecking force. He releases from his palms a searing column. The air screams, "Vroom!" Vistral snaps a barrier into place, dark and glass smooth, trembling under assault. The blast slams into the shield and tears outward in a storm of sparks and shrapnel. Vistral strains, jaw clenched, eyes wide. "Vistral, you have no idea what he contains or what it will destroy if he loses control." Super A falters at the sight. Horror, fury. "Super A, Emsky." The vortex above Emsky condenses into a single unstable sphere. The team freezes. Time bends inward toward a dangerous heartbeat. Vistral, "He's collapsing. If we don't stabilize him, he'll tear himself apart." A sudden stillness snaps through the chamber. Emsky's body goes rigid, then collapses, limbs slack as if gravity forgot him. Energy that once danced across his skin gutters like dying embers, and the vortex above him stutters, folding inward with a low, metallic hum. Close on his face, eyes half-lidded, breath shallow. For the first time, there is silence. Super A whisper, terrified. "Emsky?" Vistral steps forward, hesitant, every movement taut with calculation. Vistral, soft, urgent. "If he's unconscious, the tether's gone, we need to..." The sentence dies as Emsky's eye snaps open. It is not his eye. A void of midnight with a thin, vertical slit of white light stares back, cold and alien. Entity, whisper, layered. Finally, Super A and Vistral freeze. Super A's relief curdles into disbelief. Super A, no, the thing within the body rises with unnatural grace. Joints pop and realign, limbs testing their new geometry. Runes and sigils that had flared wildly now pulse in a measured, deliberate rhythm, like a heart learning to keep time. The voice that comes from Emsky's mouth is layered and smooth, reverberant and calm. Entity, at last, no resistance. Vistral's composure cracks. Vistral, shaken. "This isn't possible. The seal shouldn't..." Entity, interrupting. "The seal was his. He is asleep." Super A lunges, hands on Emsky's shoulders, pleading. Super A, "Emsky, listen to me, fight it. You're stronger than..." The entity tilts the head, amused. Beneath the skin, a pulse gathers, a deep thumb. A wave of force slams Super A backward, skidding across stone. Silence snaps into a low, charged stillness as dust and scattered papers settle. Vistral reaches out, aghast. His hand trembles over the fallen form, powerless against whatever now commands that hollow gaze. Outside, an unseen storm answers with distant thunder. Night itself seems to hold its breath. The chamber exhales. Air tears open around Emsky as the vortex, once outward, reels back and burrows inward. A cold, hungry wind threads through bone. His spine arches unnaturally, vertebrae pulling like tide-stretched rope, and something beneath skin bulges, slides, insists. Fingers elongate, not human, tapering into impossible angles that click faintly like distant bone. Sef x, crick, crick, scrich. A layered voice settles in the space. Not one voice, but a chorus in a single mouth. Entity, voice deepening. He is too small a vessel. I will make room. Vistral steps forward, eyes wide with a blend of fury and fear, boots scuffing ancient stone. Vistral. He's forcing a partial emergence. This could kill him. The vortex answers with cold light, pulling at the thread of whatever dwells inside Emsky. A jagged silhouette blossoms behind him, a half-formed apparition of writhing light and shadow. It is not yet flesh, but it does not need to be. It coils and blooms like a monstrous flower trying to shed the stem that birthed it. Super A stares up, breath shallow, face bright with reflected terrible glow. Super, a barely breath. What are you? Entity. Awakening. The thing presses against skin and thought, trying to rearrange bone and will. Energy lashes outward, a pale, glassy shock that makes lantern flames bow and mortar dust into constellations. The ground fractures in long, living cracks. Air thickens and ripples like a wound. Instinct throws up wards, shields of glyph, light and whispered names. Vistral and Super A brace, arms alight with desperate incantation. Between the chaos and the calm, Emsky's face remains achingly still, serene as if listening to a lullaby only he can hear. Behind him, the half-formed beast claws toward full birth, and everything waits for whether the vessel will break or hold. The air tightens behind Emsky. A half-formed silhouette condenses, every contour folding in on itself like a predator coiling. Dark hollows align and fix on one person as if those hollows were eyes. Then a voice quiet and resonant cuts the space. You, the one who touched the seal. Vistral freezes. Realization lands on him like cold iron. He exhales, low. It's targeting me. Super A turns, alarm flaring. Why you? He demands. Vistral does not answer. His jaw clenches, and he prepares for whatever comes. Without warning, the silhouette lashes out with uncanny aim. A spear-like tendril of condensed energy snaps forward. Humming with intent, Vistral twists, throwing his weight aside. He scrapes to the ground, his coat shredded where the tendril grazed him. The thing's voice is flat and cold. You attempted to sever the tether. Unfinished work is intolerable. Anger and desperation curl through Vistral. He slams his palm to the floor. From the stone, the shadows rise like spilled ink, forming jagged obsidian constructs that thrust up between him and the monster. Shh! Crack! He shouts. Those seals were meant to protect him. You're destroying your own host. The entity replies with amused disdain. A vessel is not required to survive, only to open. Its form expands, edges unraveling like living smoke. Super A answers not with words but motion. He charges, a streak of determined light, intercepting another tendril. His forearm guard flares as it takes the blow. The impact drives him to one knee, but he holds position. You want him? You go through me, he growls. The creature tilts Emsky's head, studying the fragile body like a curious relic. Then you will break first, it intones. The air tastes of iron and thunder. Every heartbeat becomes a measure of how much more the host can bear. They do not lash out. They calculate. 3 ink-black tendrils fire at once precise, surgical. One driving for Super A's chest, another toward Vistral's throat, the third arcing up to the ceiling beam. The third hisses like a blade, shearing wood and iron. Boom! Splinters thundered down, striking exactly where falling debris forces the two men to split. Impact throws them apart, isolated like chess pieces on different squares. A caption floats in the smoke. It isn't lashing out, it's strategizing. Close now on Emsky. The half-formed thing coils through him, armor and parasite braided into one, wrapping shoulders and spine. Its voice slips from the hollow of his throat, soft and intimate. He carved a doorway, it says. You widened it. Now I will step through. Emsky's lips move with the words, but his eyes are drowned in sleep, a borrowed stillness. The creature shifts, a slight retracting motion. Its silhouette angles towards something off-frame. Vistral's face goes pale as understanding snaps across him. No, he whispers. No, it's not after us anymore. Super A tries to answer, strain in his voice. Then what is it? The frame pulls wide and reveals the truth. A thin, glowing seam opening behind Emsky. A crack in reality that bleeds cold light into the room. The creature's voice, almost reverent. My passage.
Emsky.